Welcome back, dweebs, to another episode of the Weekly Dweeb. With me, as always, is my good friend Kev. Kev, how are we today, buddy?
Oh, we're doing great, James. We have survived our review of all 9 Star Wars major trilogy films, I guess, as I'll call them. Still got at least one more to do, but hey, I'm feeling good. It was a long summer, James, very long summer. But happy to be
summer
here.
Of Star Wars, and we just finished the sequel trilogy. So go check out our retrospectives on all those. Which leads me to today's topic, Kev, which I think this is a good segue into this one. As we just finished The Rise of Skywalker last Wednesday, John Boyega recently was asked what he would do if he could remake the Star Wars trilogy. And I'm going to bring up his thoughts on this.
I bet it's the same thing I would do, James.
I think it's the same thing about anybody with a brain would do.
Or maybe similar.
Yep. He says, first off, it would be mad. First of all, we're not getting rid of Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, all these people. We're not doing that. The first thing we're going to do is fulfill their story, fulfill their legacy. We're going to make a good moment of handing on the baton. Second, he goes, Luke Skywalker wouldn't be disappearing on a rock. Hell no. Standing there, and he's like, a projector? I wouldn't want to give those characters way more. I would want to. Our new characters will not be overpowered in these movies. They won't just grab stuff and know what to do with it. No, you've got to struggle like every other character in this franchise. I'd look to the Old Republic stories and see what we can add to the continuation of that. I would definitely want to see Force Unleashed stories in there. I would try to expand the Star Wars universe as much as possible, respecting the lore. If we're expanding the lore, we have to do it within their respective boundaries that stay true.
Did he write in this answer? Did he fire all of this off the cuff? Do we have a clip at some point?
I don't know where it exactly came from. I've seen it all. Let's see right here. I got a link right here. Let me pull this article up.
I am shocked, James. I guess while we wait for that, I will say this. It almost seems like he used Chat GPT or something to corral every opinion.
He was at Florida SuperCon and was asked about it. He was asked if he were to produce Star Wars, it would have been different.
Wow.
He said, if I was a producer on Star Wars from the beginning, you would have had a whole completely different thing. Yeah. An audience member at his spotlight panel asked what he would do if he were to remake the Star Wars sequels he appeared in. And he literally, it was off the cuff.
Wow. Well, in that case,
yeah. Wow. Yeah. This is not some formulated answer. This is not some like posted somewhere. Here's the video. Like, it's not the video, but here's a picture of him from there. Yeah, he was at Florida SuperCon and said this.
That's incredible. I mean, he has said just then what a lot of fans have said.
Yeah.
Some of it we covered on Wednesday, as far as we had the whole Mary Sue, Gary Stu conversation when it comes to the Rise of Skywalker. So to hear him acknowledge it and talk about the legacy characters,
I literally in that show,
he hits like all the major beats, James.
I literally said in that show, I'm like, I said verbatim, they're way too overpowered. The exact words I said. So it's crazy to see that there. And then it's literally everything we talk about, right? You've got respecting the legacy of Han, Luke, and Leia, and then handing the baton off, which should have been episode 7. Very simple, very easy. Get them all back together, give them their send-off, however you want to do it. The Luke Skywalker disappearing on a rock comment's great too.
Also the projector.
Yeah.
And then he's like, a projector?
It's interesting to see this. Like, there is still a possible future for him in Disney Star Wars, right? Technically, his character's still alive.
Well, not now. Not now, there isn't.
Well,
he just did that. So.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. Like, he may have just severed said ties.
I
don't think so.
That's what I meant. All right. I meant he was getting fired, just to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to.
He's getting
send the
fired.
wrong message.
Calm down out
he's
there,
getting fired. Sorry, that's
Calm
my
down
bad.
out there.
That was on me. I gotta be careful.
Yeah. It's crazy that he had the balls to say that, but he's literally saying what everybody else in any Star Wars fan is saying. They're saying Luke, Leia, and Han's legacy was ruined, especially Luke, because Luke wouldn't ask like that. Saying, why didn't they get back together? He mentions Luke in the second part, and then he mentions him being fucking overpowered. Like, he nails it.
And he refrained somehow from saying the one thing that I expected to come from this, James. When I said he'd probably just do what I would do, I didn't mean all of this. I had not read this previously, so I wasn't setting up for something like that. I just thought he was going to say I would have made Finn a Jedi. And then I would have been like, dude, bro, me too. Me too.
He didn't even say that.
Further into that. He didn't say that part. He just like, yeah, let me talk about everything else I would fix. So then you guys can go on Twitter and tell Disney how much you want me to come back and be a Jedi, right? That's the move.
And then, then we'll do that. But he did not do that. He dove in deep here. And nobody's going to disagree with him at all.
Well,
like, that's what we all wanted.
Someone will, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. There's some acolyte lover out there.
Especially in the present day.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get after him and burn their Finn posters. But I am very intrigued by this, James, because it either means he knows he's never working in a Star Wars franchise again, so now he can say whatever he wants, or it could garner up enough interest. If people like these ideas enough, he gets talked about enough, maybe he does get brought back. Like you said, he's not out, he's technically still there in that galaxy far, far away. Yeah. So he could be brought back into another story. So, maybe when Favs and Filoni are in charge, they might be like, you know what?
He's probably right.
That John guy had some good ideas. Let's get Finn back in here.
I'm interested. So, yeah, he with the new regime. Well, Kathleen's still at the top. She still hasn't been fired yet, unfortunately. His last one's comment. His comment is interesting. He looked to the Old Republic and also the Force Unleashed. I don't know what of the Force Unleashed you could include. It's wrong time.
Yeah, because Darth's already gone. Do you think maybe he meant Survivor? What's the Cal Kestis?
Very specifically says Force Unleashed, though, which is very specific. So
yeah, but there's been 2 video game series ever where you've played as a Jedi type. Like I'm just throwing it out there as a potential conspiracy theory that he may have just misspoken, because if he had said Cal Kestis, that to me makes a lot of sense with the timeline. Like you said, what was Sam's character's name? Is it Starkiller?
Starkiller, yeah, Starkiller.
Yeah, that all gets wrapped up before the main trilogy's over.
Yeah, like right? Your only way that could work would be if he was still alive somehow. And it's not canon, so there's also that. If he was somehow still alive, which would be...
Oh, well, maybe that's how they would do it then, is they retcon that.
Yeah, would he be alive, and then he trains Kylo or something like that?
And then you get more Vader through flashbacks with him.
Ooh, that's kind of fun.
Brooding emo young man just talking to his grandfather's mask that somehow someone found.
Also didn't have any bones or nothing.
Well, yet they didn't find the holocron that was sitting right next to it in Palpatine's throne room. Sorry, go watch the last video. Okay, it's in the stream section.
It was right here, Kev. It's just right here the whole time.
He was like, "Oh shit, I was literally here before." Damn, it was right here this whole time.
It was right next to us the whole time. The Old Republic is interesting. I'd love something from the Old Republic. I'd really like that video game to finally get made. That we don't know if that's in hell or where it's at the moment. That'd be tough to connect that. You'd have to do some... I guess you could have connected the Old Republic via some Sith stuff or Luke's Jedi temples he was searching for, right? If you turned him not into a curmudgeon and some of the temples they go searching for from the Old Republic era. There's some stuff there. I take that back. There's some fucking possibilities there.
Yeah, I think you could have, depending on where you look and what you're looking for. I definitely think you could find some stuff that, like you just mentioned, could be I mean, let's be honest. Star Wars is a pretty MacGuffin heavy franchise. So at this point, I don't expect them to deviate much from that. So like there's going to be some relic or whatever that they would need to find. There would be plenty of reasons for them to go to some old Jedi temple or something like that. So you could, not to say that you would do callbacks to the Old Republic, but you could maybe find some lore information, be like, you know, it'd be cool if our characters went there because this is there, or all of that stuff. Although I always hesitate to follow through on any idea that starts with "it would be cool if." That's how you want more Michael Bay, you want more J.J. Abrams, because that's how you get it. Wouldn't it be cool if a bunch of Star Destroyers came up from the ground? I mean, sure.
That's what we got.
How they get down there, and why would anybody build them in the ground
without navigation systems?
Yo, that's right. Sorry.
Couldn't even get off the map.
I only brought that in to say I'm sure John Boyega would have fixed that part too. So see, we're right back full circle.
He should have been in charge. He should have been a producer.
Should have been co-general.
Should have been co-general. We'd have a much better sequel trilogy. We wouldn't be in the mess we're in right now.
You know, my main takeaway from this, James, is that after watching the sequels, I had already felt very strongly about what I'm about to say. But this quote interview has cemented it for me for all time that Finn is the sequel trilogy GOAT. All right. He is by far the best character. And now at this point, I think might be my favorite actor behind the character, just in the Star Wars bubble. Because honestly, I think Adam Driver's done some awesome stuff since Star Wars. I think he's
Driver's
pretty damn talented.
Yeah, did some stuff before and after. He's awesome.
I'd have a hard time arguing that if you compare their work to say anybody but Adam Driver is the best out of that bunch. But when it comes to being a Star Wars nerd and wanting to see a character come back, and which character was the best in that sequel trilogy, despite everyone's attempts to ruin him, Finn's the GOAT for me. That's my official.
Give us more Finn
take on this.
This is what should have happened. That's what it should have been.
That's right.
Should have been 2.
And bring back Rose.
She got buried, man.
She deserves redemption, dude. If everybody loves a comeback story, make Rose the new general.
There you have it, folks. John Boyega's correct. It's how Star Wars should have been. Appreciate each and every one of you watching. Please like, subscribe, share. Check us out tomorrow for more topics. Welcome back, dweebs, to topic 2 this week. With me, as always, is Kev. Kev, how are we, buddy?
Oh, I am living the dream, pal. It's been a very exciting week. Currently, I am neck deep in some editing. Had Benchmark Pro Wrestling over the weekend, so very excited. A lot of work to do this week, and got some stuff coming for you all as well. Because you know it's spooky season, James. But
it is spooky season's here.
That's right.
We're gonna have to do some scary movie reviews, aren't we?
Oh, yes. You let me know which ones you want to do, and we will do as many as you want together. I missed almost all of last year when it comes to reviewing horror movies, so I have some making up to do.
Yeah, I have not done it in a while. I love a good horror movie, so we might have to pick a couple, watch them, and freak out, then review them. I'm here for that. Today's content, though, Kev, today's topic, not horror movie. The Wolverine PS5 trailer came out. I believe it's Insomniac making it. I'll correct that if I'm wrong afterwards, because I don't have it pulled up in front of me. We're going to watch it, Kev. We're going to see what this is all about. I have not watched anything. I've not seen anything. This is an exclusive for PS5, which Kev has, so Kev can play. That's cool.
That's right.
That's great. Kev is not left on the sidelines here. So we're going to play this. Like I said, I think it is Insomniac who's making this. But if it says otherwise right out the gate, I'll change my.
Then you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
All right. Downloads. I did not delete everything, but here it is. This is Marvel's Wolverine. This is a gameplay trailer that came out yesterday.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Insomniac, I was right.
You're right. Knew it all along.
Yep. Hell yeah, the cowboy hat.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Fuck.
But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go.
Yep,
How far I run.
oh shit.
Death's always waiting. Just not for me.
I can't tell how much of this is actual gameplay.
Because I ain't no hero.
I think it's a gameplay trailer, so there's a decent amount in here, but I think there's a lot of like
Wolverine.
QTE scenes. So we got a year.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. I would say a lot of that looked like cutscenes to me.
Looked like
but
QTE or cutscenes. Yeah, I want to get to so that's Liam McIntyre. So they modeled the Wolverine after him. So that's the voice actor, aka the actor who he's also in Spartacus. Me and Kev were talking about this. Kev has not seen. But you can tell that's him.
it's on my watch list now.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of gameplay in there, but a lot of cutscenes, a lot of QTE stuff. Very gory and violent. Very. A lot of blood on that one.
Yeah, you kind of expect it with it being Wolverine and knowing how good they are at these close quarters combat sort of gameplay. You just, I guess I assumed that if you're gonna go with a Wolverine game on a PS5, that you're not doing it unless claws are going through things. So I'm happy.
I love. Let's not try to like hide what this is. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably going to be a lot of disappointed kids when this game comes out and their parents don't let them play it. Probably going to be a lot of angry parents. This reminds me of something. If this had come out 25, 30 years ago, this would have freaked parents out.
Oh, they would have blamed it for everything. They'd have blamed it for everything.
Yeah. I remember my poor mom got me siphon filter as a kid because
you're fucked. Yep.
She thought it was a paintball game because like
it's not a paintball game.
It's not paintball, dude. I got in so much trouble for playing a game that they gave me. It was kind of funny. I didn't really get in trouble, but it was just sort of like, what are you playing? I'm like, that game you just got me? Like, wait, what is this? This is going in my closet for a year. You know, it's going until you're old enough. A bunch of kids are gonna, if they don't have like a turn the blood off mode, there's gonna be a ton of
the
kids,
kids are not. Yeah. Which what are you gonna do? You're gonna have the claws go into them and just nothing's gonna like.
Yeah. They just, I don't know how you could water it down. You could get away with stuff like that on the older consoles where it wasn't that detailed. But this I think will be a lot of fun. I have enjoyed other Insomniac games. I think the combat for this, even the little flashes that we saw, based on my incoming expectations, James, I expect the combat to be very smooth and fluid, and there'll be a bit of a learning curve, but once you figure it out, chaining those combos together is going to be awesome. We saw a little bit of it in that like outdoor mall gameplay where he dashes forward and just claws somebody who's pretty damn far away. So it will be, I think, pretty fun. It's the hard thing with me on this one, James. I want to know your opinion on this. Is normally when you play games like this, it's Spider-Man or Batman. So you have that extra, like I swing, fly, glide around the city. And with Wolverine, you're going to be stuck. and yeah, you're gonna be stuck on the ground, except you get that Days Gone motorcycle. So does that work for you? I personally hated the one game where they actually gave me a Batmobile because they required me to use it more than I wanted to use it.
You're like, just let me.
Bro, I'm Batman. I don't need this. I can fly, dude. I can fly.
Yeah.
So how do you
I
feel?
think for traversal, yeah, that'll do it for me because there's also the added like, how do you deal with like he can't technically die.
I can't wait to see the death cut scenes. You know,
Yeah, I
like
wonder how we're gonna go
does
with that.
work?
Like, so I was just thinking, like, you can just jump off any building, right? You just fly, like you say you can fly. Well, Wolverine just do what he fucking wants. Because you even see it in the one cutscene where his like cheek is gone and it's like all adamantium underneath, and he's like growing it back. I think that would make it kind of hard to make this game.
Yeah,
Like,
do you pull a GTA and he just wakes up in a hospital that's close to the and you have to walk back to restart the mission?
I kind of fuck with that. Like don't even wake up in a hospital, you just wake up in some fucking garbage pit somewhere.
Yeah, that's true too.
How the fuck did I get here?
There could be, yeah, they could have some fun with that. Like in the Batman games, when you'd have the different villains come talk shit to you. It could just be like different undignified grave sites that Wolverine keeps popping out of when because people think he's dead. They toss him over or whatever because he's part of the battle, and then he just wakes up in a different location every time. You're right, dude. I don't know how you do that with a character that doesn't die.
Yeah, I think that's my one worry is like, how do you handle that unless you just get knocked out, not killed? But otherwise, yeah, like I'm here for the goriness. I'm here for give me that motorcycle. Let me claw somebody off that motorcycle. Let me drive by and just scoop them, pop their head right off. Oops, sorry, bud.
Oh, it'll be fun until they introduce the free to play battle royale version, and then it's just a bunch of
nobody. You never die.
Yeah,
and it's literally just this. Interested, long ways to go. I mean, we got a year on that one. So, but Kev can play it. Insomniac did make Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. The most recent ones in those games are fucking awesome. So high hopes for it. And they made Ratchet and Clank. Come on, guys.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that is why normally I would see something like this, and your response from me would be, yeah, I'll play this when it's on sale. You know, I'll let the hype fizzle. I'll let the people who really want to play this play it first and let me know if it's really worth full price.
Yep.
But because it's an Insomniac game,
yeah,
and they have not missed with me personally in the games of theirs that I've played, especially with the Spider-Man and how much fun I had in the combat with that combat system. I just imagine this would be really fun. So I think
so too. The Spider-Man combat's pretty fun.
It might be like a Black Friday deal for me, depending on when in the fall it comes out.
Yeah,
but I'm probably willing to pay full price for this one, gang. We'll see. I'm kind of cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll get some more here, maybe a story trailer, some more stuff. But we got a year, so a little over a year. So there's going to be no rush on that. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been topic 2 this week. Check in tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last one this week, probably. I think we're only doing 3 this week. I got a busy week. So until next time, folks. Welcome back, dweebs, to another episode of the Weekly Dweeb. With me, as always, is my good friend Kev. Kev, we've got more State of Play. Sony State of Play was last week. We talked about the Wolverine game yesterday. Got another one. I'm going to let you introduce this one because this is your topic, and you're very excited about this.
I am indeed, gang. As we've been talking about in the previous weeks, spooky season is officially upon us. So this is a fantastic moment for me. I get to do what the Ghostbusters say you're never supposed to do and cross up these streams, because we not only get a preview, review for some gameplay, but it is of a game that is based on one of, if not my favorite, horror movie franchise, as silly as it's gotten over the years, the Halloween franchise. James, we're finally getting a Halloween game, and it's got some interesting wrinkles to it, gang. So I wanted to get James' opinion on it. I'd love to hear what you think about some of these aspects in the chat. So don't worry, you will know them when we see and hear them. Very interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like you are not trying to, as the movies are, trying to survive Michael Myers. You might be Michael Myers from what I'm hearing.
Ooh, yeah, there are some.
I've not watched anything, but I think this is what I'm hearing. I've seen a little bit.
Yeah. So there's a couple of different aspects to this game, but yes,
All right.
we'll let them explain it because
Yeah,
they've
the
got a
devs talking this
developer.
one. So this will be a good one. Man, this might be something we stream on this channel someday, Kev. You never know with us. So this is the Halloween game from State of Play. Here we go. Likely mature.
Yeah, I bet.
Shit, there's our guy.
Rarely do teams get the incredible opportunity of exploring and creating a game around iconic horror legends like Michael Myers. In Halloween, players get to relive that fateful night in 1978 and step back into the town of Haddonfield, Illinois. I'm Miles Dompierre from Ilphonic, and today I'm thrilled to present an extended look at gameplay for Halloween. With the help of Unreal Engine 5, we've been able to reconstruct the quiet town of Haddonfield in stunning detail. Remaining authentic to the 70s era aesthetics was essential to how we crafted our play spaces. When players navigate these environments, they'll be surrounded by decor that delightfully preserves a special moment in time. Throughout these locations, randomized townsfolk NPCs are living their lives, completely unaware of the danger lurking right outside their windows. These NPCs serve as the game's primary objectives. Stepping behind the mask of this infamous killer, Michael's goal is to find, stalk, and kill the residents of Haddonfield before Halloween night ends. Once you've honed in and stalked a target, it's time to choose the perfect moment to strike. Michael comes equipped with an array of unpredictable endowments, but the most powerful is Shape Jump. When in Shape Jump, Michael is invisible to the naked eye. This is our interpretation of Michael's inexplicable tendency to suddenly appear in completely unexpected places and catch victims off guard. Players can also choose from a broad range of compelling civilian hero characters that have witnessed the wrath of Michael and need to warn their neighbors before it's too late. Finding an active phone will allow you to call the police and attempt to convince them to send in help. Just remember, you may be able to knock him down, but you can't kill the boogeyman. We hope you've enjoyed this extended look at gameplay for Halloween. We've only scratched the surface of what's shaping up to be a truly special and murderous sandbox horror experience. And we can't wait for you all to join us in Haddonfield when Halloween launches on September 8th, 2026.
Got the release date next year.
Ooh, I will be there.
Okay. PlayStation. Okay. So there's two ways you can play this. That's fun. Because I was thinking, I was like, is all you're gonna do is try to kill these guys on Halloween? I'm like, that's kind of like not gonna last very long,
right?
But if there's another side to it, that is really fun.
Yeah, exactly. I had that same feeling. You know, it's only a 2-minute video, so I'm sitting there, and they start to explain that the NPCs are the main objective, and you get to play as Michael Myers, and we'll reset the town every time, and you just have to go through and ice everybody. And I was like, well, that's an interesting take, I guess. I'd be a little concerned. I don't know that I'd really want to play that more than.
Well, yeah, you play it a couple times. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be playing that on repeat. That seems like that'd be maybe a little troubling to spend a bunch of time. I mean, it's like Hitman, I guess, but with Michael Myers, and you can go ghost mode, which is another.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? You are a Michael Myers expert. What are your thoughts on that? That take on it?
I have mixed feelings about it. I want to see how it works in a game mechanic, because I like the idea that they're trying to have an interpretation of why he's able to just appear in places like that. So I think it could run the risk of being something that's overpowered, that it might have to get nerfed after people start playing.
Or maybe you think there's like a time limit on it?
Like I would hope so.
For X amount of seconds before, that would make sense.
It's going to make you difficult to deal with. Anybody who's played Overwatch 2 has cursed the name of Reaper before, who has a very similar power. When you're invisible, you can float around and nobody can touch you. And it's the most infuriating thing I've ever had to deal with.
Behind you.
Yeah, they can just flank you all day long, and you're just screaming at the top of your lungs. Just somebody cover the flanks, man, for the love of God.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play tank here, dude. You got to help me
I just
out.
want to shoot. I just want to shoot forward, straight forward, please.
I'm trying to manage the point here. You got to help me out. He keeps killing all our healers. But it could be interesting. I like this idea, especially right off the heels of the Wolverine game where we were asking, how would you deal with an invincible character?
Yeah.
So I like that no matter what you do, you can't kill Michael Myers. I can't wait to see how the movie ends if the other players are able to successfully call the police. But I like that mechanic. It's sort of like a very similar, it feels, to
trying to
Dead
survive
by
the
Daylight.
night, it seemed like, right? Trying to survive the night.
Yeah.
Is it multiplayer? Is that it? Is there two sides to this? I assume,
believe it is. Yeah, that was my understanding, was that you'd have the option. They say you'll have the option to play as Michael Myers or choose between some civilian heroes. And I think the only way that has any longevity, like you mentioned,
is if it's multiplayer.
Is if it's multiplayer. Because if not, it's you have 2 campaigns, maybe, or maybe 4, depending on how many civilians there are. But otherwise, what are you getting? Like 20 hours out of that game?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking right now. I'm sure it has to be, right?
And I love that it is set at the time of the original, so that limits the technology. So the idea that they have to run around and find where the house phone is in any of these homes, and you're gonna,
and it's a dial, it's a yellow dial. It's
yeah, and you're gonna have to like worry about, where is this guy? Is he hunting me down? You got to dial it, and then not to mention the fact that I assume they won't make it as easy as you spawn as one of these hero characters and there's a phone in your house. So you're going to have to either convince a stranger to let you in, or you yourself as a not invincible murderer going to have to hop in there, sneak into someone's house to use their phone, or wait for Michael to come through and then sneak in like that. The more I talk about it, there are some fun elements to this. I hope this isn't a full-on like $80 title, though.
Okay, so
that it has the juice.
Here's the PlayStation blog. So from its earliest iterations, Halloween has been crafted to deliver an immersive horror sandbox experience that can be enjoyed through a standalone single-player story or dynamic asymmetrical multiplayer matches. Okay, so what they're showing, obviously they're showing how Michael plays out regardless, but that, yes, so there is that's fun. If it's me and you and a couple guys trying to survive, that's cool. I'm here for that.
Yeah, I think that adds a lot of value to it. And this is one of those, unlike or maybe a lot like Wolverine. If Wolverine had been made by anyone other than Insomniac, I'm probably not buying it the week that it releases. But this one,
1 versus 4,
kind of
1 versus 4 asymmetrical multiplayer. That's fucking cool.
Okay, so it really is a lot like the Friday the 13th game, or was it Dead by Daylight? But this time,
I don't know exactly. Yeah,
open world. So that'll be fun, and that is a genre. Like, I was able to at least name 2 of those games, so they've had their run. I've known people to play. I might be confusing a different survival game.
Part
so
of it.
Forgive me if I keep saying the wrong name, but I think
I don't know which one. When I think of asymmetrical, I think of Evolve, that was on Xbox One, which is now one of them played the monster, and the rest of them were the shooters trying to kill him before he became huge. The single player, you play through the events of the first Halloween film, so that's cool. You probably like that.
Oh yeah, see, that would add a ton of value for me personally, because I think that would be a fun
trains you to be the optimal Michael Myers for multiplayer.
That is a funny way to phrase it. I would not say. You see, another thing you couldn't get away with 30 years ago. We were just talking about this in the last episode. If you had said in the mid 90s that a game would train you, they already were saying video games were training you to be a Satanist, murderer. So it's funny to have it
to be able to
marketed that way, when that was my first takeaway too. Is like, I don't know if I'd want to have a game out there where you just learn how to be a murderer. But then I remembered how many Hitman games there are. So it is what it is. It's already out there.
They are. So it looks like they're working with John Carpenter, the original director, and longtime franchise producer Malik Akkad. I think it's AKKAD, who's been the producer since 1985, to help him create this game. That's fucking cool. That's cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm here for this.
That'll be
I'm
the
about
dream
this.
team right there.
Yeah,
Having
like you
John
got
Carpenter's
the people,
involvement.
the movie people are there. That's fucking dope.
They don't need to do anything for the soundtrack, really. They could just pull
Play that
from the
song the whole
movie.
fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Play that song every time a kill happens.
Yeah, and then when you have
That'd be cool. Like you're like running around trying to like save the NPCs, and all of a sudden you hear that sound, and you're like, "Fuck!"
and that's how you know he's close. You just start to
Yeah.
hear the
or he's killed somebody.
Yeah, dude. I am not even cautiously optimistic. I'm gonna let this game disappoint me if that's what it's going to do, because I'm all in.
Kev's all in.
Like 20 hours.
I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I love a different type of gameplay. So instead of us running around with guns trying to kill him, we're trying to save the town by getting the cops called.
By
We
using
need the cops.
phone, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so goofy that
the phone don't work.
The very useful Haddonfield Police Department too. Like the fact that that's the end goal. Oh yeah, we're gonna call the dipshit sheriff, and I'm assuming there's a good ending, no matter who wins the game. I assume even if the civilians win, that they don't actually win. But I imagine there's a final cutscene, and I look forward to seeing that one, because I imagine it ends with a lot of former police officers in the game, like that. Michael Myers just still wins and escapes would be my guess.
I'm just reading some of this, and yeah, this is fun. This looks very cool. Like they were going into some detail on like the town and some thoughts on it, and yeah, this is fun. This is cool. Yeah, I'm here for it. Let's we got a year, but this might be a fun game to stream together. By then, we hope to both have new computers. So
that's right, dude. We'll be running full steam on that.
That'd be pretty fun. So, shout out everybody. Thanks for watching this week. Not gonna say there's not gonna be a fourth topic, but we're not recording it at the moment, so we'll see if it happens. But if not, check us out. Please like, subscribe, check out Carnage Media. You can see Kev over there a lot. Check us out on Wednesdays. Star Wars. I think we've got Solo on deck this week. Can't be as bad as the Rise of Skywalker. So, Kev, any final thoughts on this one?
Oh, fingers crossed. Yeah. All I would say is make sure those notifications are on. Like James said, a little bit of an alteration to the schedule this week. So just to make sure you don't miss anything, ring that bell.
I got a lot of family in town, so that one's on me. So shout out everybody that watched this week. We appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time. Welcome back, dweebs, to the Weekly Dweeb. With me, as always, is my good friend Kev. Kev, how are we tonight, buddy?
Oh, it's a great day for me, James. Just living the dream. Still editing a lot of wrestling footage, so I'm very excited to be going through all of that stuff. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Surprise fourth topic this week. Didn't think we were going to get to it, but throwing a curveball at him. No live Star Wars show this week, so we got this in. Kev, major doomsday news today. Well, in the last few days, right? I'll let you start. You were the one that found it, so I'm going to give you credit where credit is due. So I'll let you roll with it. And then we're going to give our thoughts on this.
Absolutely. So there are a few different updates from Avengers Doomsday. Now I'm going to start with the one that's most important to me, which is, and spoiler alert, gang, I don't know, I feel bad. We live in a time where it's really hard to avoid having spoilers for stuff that hasn't even come out yet if you just want to have any existence on the internet. So this will be your one and only chance.
Major spoilers.
If you are doing a doomsday blackout and you're trying to not know these types of things, we'll see you next time. Maybe leave a like on your way out, a little complimentary like for the crew, for our wonderful staff here at dweeb. But yes, we have I'm going to list the ones. We'll circle back to everything, but we're going to have 8 major villains.
Yep.
And we'll go into the details of that. We're going to have a return of Chris Evans in a major role.
Not surprising.
Again, yeah, no big surprise there. But where there may be a surprise is that Ghost Rider will be making a cameo, which leads me to one question I have for you, James. Is there anyone on this earth that you would rather see play Ghost Rider in the MCU than the one, the only Nicolas Cage, the first MCU Ghost Rider?
Literally anybody.
See, we're yin and yang on this one, or is it yang? I'm sorry.
We're going yang. Oh man, dude, I don't know if I can handle Nick Cage in the MCU. Can we go anybody? I'd like to phone a friend and choose anybody else in the world that answers the phone, please.
You know,
I don't hate Nick Cage, right? Like, let me state this, and I think he can be when he's subdued just a little bit. He's really good. He's really good in the Kick-Ass movies. He's really good in the movie where he plays himself with Pedro Pascal. He's awesome in that movie. But man, I don't know if I would need him. I don't know if I want him as Ghost
Rider. You're on to something there. I think for Nick Cage, it's so important that the director is a good director with a vision. And there's a fine line you have to walk with a guy like Cage. And this is just based on what I've seen on the finished products. I can only imagine what kind of a character he is behind the scenes, but he is, to put it in a way that's a bit pretentious, you know, he's a thespian. That dude, like he's more of a stage performer, you know, like where everything's a little hyperbolic, it's a little overacted so you can hit the people in the back row of the theater. To me, that's Nick Cage's acting style. Wherever he's going to go, he's going 100% in that direction, a bit of a method actor maybe at times. So you really have to be able to let him have some takes where he just does his own thing.
Yeah.
And then make sure you get the takes of what you actually need, right? So it's a digital age. You know, you're not limited to the amount of film in your spool.
Yeah, it's no actual film.
Yeah, you can maybe get great performances out of Nick Cage if you got the right way. It better be Nick Cage. I love that.
That's what they want. It better be Nick Cage.
You're goddamn right. I agree with this 100%. But James, since you don't, do we have any ideas just off the top of our head for some potential actors to play Ghost Rider?
There's two different characters it could be, right? There's two different versions of Ghost Rider.
At least, yeah,
that I'm thinking of. It could be anybody. And I didn't. Kev, I went into this topic blind, so I'd done no research. I don't know, like, no idea. I know there was a version of Ghost Rider in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, right? Eventually,
was there? I did not watch that show.
I think later remember, because it started off with Agent Coulson, who was somehow still alive, right? And I think it's definitely not canon anymore. Let me see if there was. I'm pretty sure later in the series there was a Ghost Rider.
And this is admittedly, Ghost Rider was not a comic that I followed a lot, like his character, any of his individual runs. Not one that I read much on. So I'm a little foggy on exactly how Ghost Rider gets their powers, but in a roundabout way, apples to oranges comparison, Ghost Rider kind of has like a Silver Surfer thing going on, right? Like you get your powers from, maybe it's Mephisto, or maybe that's just my brain can't not tie things to Mephisto after WandaVision. But what I'm getting at is a character donning the role of Ghost Rider and doing that job could be a way to work an old character back into the MCU, you know, maybe like a Natasha Romanoff who lost her life as an exchange for the Soul Stone. Maybe in the afterlife, she found a job and maybe she's the Ghost Rider. I mean, probably don't do that. A lot of people are going to hate that idea, and that's fair, but it's the only way. Something like that's the only way you're ever going to bring her back. Unless
she's very on record that she's gone, and I think I'd prefer like the Soul Stone. If you've died via Soul Stone, you need to be dead, right?
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
But you're not wrong. Like they could try to find a way.
Yeah, and it's probably not with her. Maybe that was a bad example, but I was struggling to think of other characters who we've lost in the MCU, but the actor is still around. So she was the first name that came to mind. But I just say that to say, don't rule out in a world of cameos and all of this stuff that they don't do some kind of
movie in the history of ever.
Weird alternate universe stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe this won't be the Ghost Rider in the way that we're familiar with. But do you care? I'm just a Nick Cage mark. All right. So I just love the idea that Nick Cage could be in the MCU. That's the only reason I'm really hyped for Ghost Rider.
I mean, if you're going to do a one-off Ghost Rider in Doomsday, let him do it. If it's not going to be part of a series going forward, like it's going to be a one-off and then you'll do him, like bring him around. Kind of like how they did the Fantastic Four in the movie you hated in the Scarlet Witch movie that I can't think of right now. But how they had the Illuminati. Yeah, like that's fun, like the fan casting. I was right, by the way. There was an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and there was actually a Ghost Rider arc, and it was Robbie Reyes was the version they used.
There we go. Yep.
And that's I've been clicking through it here.
And that would be cool. I'm not familiar with that show personally, but maybe
this was late. I had stopped watching by these times. I think I watched the first season, and after that, I was out.
Yeah, so let us know, viewers, if you think that they should bring this guy back to reenact his version.
Reenact it, yeah. Others we've got. Well, so you mentioned Doomsday is going to include 8 Marvel villains. We know that Dr. Doom is number 1. Obviously, his name's on the movie. Other possibilities that they are listing is possibly Magneto, Mystique, and Loki. I'm here for the Magneto cameo. I don't know how many more movies Ian McKellen's got in him, so let's use him. God bless him, but boy, is he not young anymore. And I think he's going to pop up in the next Lord of the Rings movie, The Hunt for Gollum. And I'm like, give it to me because we're running out of time with him.
Yeah, get these in now. That's fair. Admittedly, I'm a big fan of Michael Fassbender. And
I really like that version too.
That was the Magneto we get.
I wouldn't be mad if it was both of them. Like they've crossed paths, like they did the Days of Future Past. I will say, of all the recasts in the world, it's the one where I'm like, I can't pick a side. Like you've got the original Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, who are both. Patrick Stewart's confirmed to be in this as Professor X, and then Ian McKellen as Magneto's he's gonna show up, right? But then when they did the kind of quasi prequels, however you want to go about it, the origin stories, and they did James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, they're fucking incredible too. Both of them.
Yeah. Any of those movies that I didn't like, it wasn't because of those two.
Wasn't them. Like after Days of Futures Past, it gets really fucking. They're not great, but it's not their fault. Days of Future Past is that's a fucking good movie.
There are plenty of options when it comes to that. Yeah, and I mean, even obviously Beast as well. You know, if they want to give us Kelsey Grammer, fine. But obviously, we're big fans of the guy who replaced him.
Correct. Yes.
Role, and would love
Mr.
to see
Lex
him.
Luthor himself.
That's right.
Yeah, man. It's the old Mystique too. It's the old actor. It's not Jennifer. What's her name? It's not. I was gonna say Jennifer Aniston. It's not Jennifer Stewart. Jennifer. What is her name?
It's Hunger Games, right? Why can't I think of her last name right now? It's driving me nuts.
I know. I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, why am I?
Jennifer Lawrence. It will be Rebecca Romaine instead of Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
Sorry.
God, that's embarrassing. Chuck, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed right now. That was pathetic. Obviously, it's going to be a huge cameo fest, right? Like they're going to bring it's really going to be a swan song for a lot of the Fox X-Men characters too. So who knows who else we're going to see in there?
Yeah, wouldn't you want it?
Give me Cable. Give me Josh Brolin as Cable. Let him play a fucking like another character in this universe.
Give me that. And also have him in as Thanos at some point too.
Yeah, let him fight himself. I'm here for it. Pay a ton of money. Look, you got the technology. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a movie at this point. I'm expecting it to just be almost like equivalent as a wrestling fan to the Royal Rumble, where that one time a year, it's more about every 2 minutes they start that 10-second countdown.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, whose music am I gonna hear? And then you have that moment, and then meanwhile in the ring, 30 dudes at a time, not great.
Yep.
Not necessarily the most fun until the very end, and then you have your
when there's two guys, then it's like two people
climax
left,
moment,
people,
exactly. And so
then
this
there's a surprise person shows up super late,
100%.
It's exactly what it's gonna be.
That's what this is gonna be. So my only fear, and what I was thinking about before when you mentioned this is a swan song for the X-Men crew, well, how lucky for them that they'll get, if they're lucky, 20% of the screen time. Like, they get to be one of 200 super special extra classy cameos.
There's a lot of arguments. A lot of people are arguing that they think there's going to be a third X-Men or a third Avengers movie because this is going to be too big. And I don't disagree. Like, if you take the Secret Wars, they're doing the most recent one where it turns into Battle World, etc. It's a huge storyline. And one that probably should have been done not in a single movie. Be a lot of cool stuff, but we know where the MCU's at right now. They can't fucking make any decision correct right now.
Yeah, they just never learned. They did very similar things with Kang. I mean, shit, Gore the God Butcher. Really? You're just gonna introduce and defeat him in one movie? And it's Thor 8 or whatever the hell it is. It's not even a prime movie. He's the God Butcher, dude. That should have carried a little more weight.
Yeah, exactly. On the Chris Evans front, he's got to be Captain America, right? Has to be. Would you give him a major role as Johnny Storm? Or is he somebody else? This is going to be all fucking weird, right? There's going to be different versions of people because of different universes. Is he somebody else entirely?
If he's playing a major role like they've announced, James, I think your first
not announced, it's rumored, right? It's rumored, right?
Sorry, yeah. Majorly, these tweets are correct.
He is, and if you've seen any pictures of him recently, he's fucking jacked. Like he's Captain America fucking jacked. He's huge right now.
I can't imagine it being anything other than him playing Captain America, because to brainstorm, do a little theory segment here. I think in order for this multiverse thing to be what it is, it's going to be involving those incursions, right? And we had it explained to us by, unfortunately, I can't remember her name, but Doctor Strange's boss, that blonde lady was like, hey, if you take something out and you remove it, it breaks the flow of time.
Hella.
Well,
talking about is Charlize Theron the one that shows up?
No, the Sorcerer Supreme before Doctor Strange.
Yeah. She's in Endgame.
Yeah, she explains to Dr. Bruce Banner that we take this. So we've got that. We've got the incursions that have been mentioned, as you previously referenced. John Krasinski let us know how incursions work. And so I'm thinking that this will all draw back to Captain America's decision to spend a life with Peg. And that somehow either they'll have to undo it, or that he'll be a central
timeline
figure.
Like that would suck.
Yeah, and then it's going to be heavily involving him to fix it. That would be my idea, because otherwise they're going to have a long journey ahead of them to explain why Captain America is here. And I think anything other, you're already bringing Robert Downey Jr. back as not Iron Man. I don't think you can get away with changing Chris Evans to not Captain America.
Can you imagine a Chris Evans versus Robert Downey final battle where neither of them are playing the characters they became famous for?
And it's it's Cap, but it's Hail Hydra Cap. Like, it's from that one run where I can't remember it exactly.
Man, I could get behind that.
Hydra the whole time.
Yeah, where he was fake. He was Hydra. I could get behind that, but man, there's too many people in this movie to pull it off correctly.
Yeah, now we're back to we need 3 movies for this.
Yeah, like I would. That run is really fun. Like, people were so mad about that when he's like, "Hail Hydra!" Like at the end of the first comic, God, they got so mad.
That
Um,
oof, man.
Do you
That's a
think?
classic.
Do you think? So, give me Captain America, like with Peggy Carter. They get pulled out of their universe. They've been together forever, right? Maybe we get like little Captain Americas running around. Maybe they got kids now, like little
Ooh.
caps with their little shields. But do you think we'll get a Chris Evans Captain America seeing the face of Doctor Doom and being like, "Oh my God, that's Iron Man," and be
Ooh.
like freaking out, like being like, "What the fuck?" Because Doctor Doom is from a different universe. We've confirmed this, right? He's from the 812 or whatever the universe the Fantastic Four people are from. At least we think. He wasn't in his chair in the movie. We don't have that confirmed, but he's not from the MCU proper.
Yeah, right. As far as we know, that's right. I think, man, that's a great question, James, because if done right, and that's a big if, that could be very poetic for this franchise because not
Yeah.
only do you have like that takes you back to Civil War right there with them fighting, but you also have it gives you shades of Winter Soldier because this would be the Cap who already had to deal with fighting his very best friend to the death, nearly to the death.
Such a good
Not
movie
once,
that
but
they moved
twice.
past so fast. They should have not moved fast it. So God, that's an incredible movie that they just, as soon as the movie's over, they just move past it. God, that's a good fucking movie.
Yeah, one of the best ones from
Yeah.
the whole MCU run for me.
No, it's not.
So it could be cool, but it evokes if you mess it up and you're going to call back to those, like that's
You
going to
better
be
fucking
bad.
get it
Like,
right.
don't call out Winter Soldier and make us think of that if
Not
this
going to
isn't
do
going to
it
be
correct.
equally good. Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
just going to. Oh, remember when the
Yep.
MCU could do this stuff, but it didn't suck?
Yeah. My other question, and it's the one that has been on a lot of people's minds, is you cast Robert Downey Jr. One of the reasons Doom wears a mask is he has a skin condition or something, right? Or he gets something crazy. Like that's why he's scarred over, right? Whether it's a skin condition or something happens. And so I'm like, you can't, they're not gonna not show his face. Like he's absolutely gonna put the mask on, but my belief is that he's not going to have whatever caused him to wear the mask in the comics. It's just more of a cosmetic thing.
There's a reason they always showed us the weird angle inside of the Iron Man suit, and it's because you do not pay these people millions of dollars when
Not
their
that dude got paid like 80.
face and brand recognition that's what you're paying for. So you're not going to have them hide their like even Disney couldn't contain themselves. Like we cast Pedro Pascal, so guess what? This Mandalorian's taking his helmet off, even though that's not a thing that they do. Like we are going to show you
when they
the famous person
yeah.
you're paying to see. We're going to do it. So I agree with you. We're going to see a lot of Robert Downey Jr.'s face. We may even find out that post-credit Fantastic Four scene is why we can see his face, because maybe it was Franklin using his Rey Skywalker force powers.
Yeah, he's going to be a big part of this movie too. I forget about that.
Gonna be fun.
The other thing we've got came out today. I'm going to pull this up. This is an Instagram post from the Russo brothers today. They did this when I think it was it was either Endgame or the other Avengers movie right before it. They posted a set picture like this, and it actually was the announcement of the name if you were paying attention. I guess I can't do that. I got to put us off to the side here.
Okay.
It just says "Look Hard." It's one of the Russo brothers sitting in the director's chair. It's very similar to the one they posted for that set of movies when they were announcing the name. But it just says "Look Hard." Obviously, it's just a set picture. They did it for the production of Endgame. I'll show you what they did for that one here. I'm pulling that up.
Good, because we need a key. We got to decipher this like it's a letter from the Zodiac.
Yeah, so this was when they did it for Endgame. And it was the announcement. It was the letters, the A and E there. So it was Avengers Endgame. That was their like how they announced it. Or they were showing the name. You had to figure it out. So the thing is, with this one, we already know the name, right? So people are trying to figure it out. Obviously, you've got the A on the left there. pretty easy to see.
Don't
A
we
lot
already
of
know what it's
people,
called?
yeah, we already know it's called Doomsday, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that the photo is teasing AVX. You've got the X's on the right side there, aka Avengers versus X-Men, which has been talked about plenty. So they think that's what it is. They're teasing the Avengers versus X-Men. Obviously, we know that Patrick Stewart's back, Kelsey Grammer's back, Mars and Rebecca remains, Mystique. Oh, Ian McKellen is confirmed. So I said that wrong earlier. The original Nightcrawler, Alan Cumming, is back. And he let it slip that he is fighting against most. It sounded like he slipped and said he's fighting Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic, but then tried to backtrack a little bit. He's like, oh, the amount of green screen involved, I'm not really sure type deals. So, yeah, so that's what people are thinking right now.
Neither
with this
will any of us.
And that's where their people are like, is this really, this is where it's starting to begin. Like, is there going to be 3 movies? Because this is just, the story is so big. Because Secret Wars is a huge story. And if Doomsday leads to Secret Wars, there's a shitload of content to make in one fucking movie.
Yeah, Battleworld could and maybe even should be its own trilogy or its own
or like there's just so many like clicks and people forget who they are. And how fun is that if there's a whole Battleworld series of movies where there is just a lead up to like Secret War, like it's the Secret Wars brand, and they're not going to do this, but a ton of them. Like there's the Spider Society, there is the isn't it the Thor Corps? They're like the cops. Like there's all kinds of
there's
wild
like the
and crazy
Badlands
shit
where the Hulks are in charge.
Yeah, like there's all kinds of shit you could do, and none of them remember who they are.
I might have crossed.
Yeah, we might have messed. We might have messed
Logan
some
on
of
that
it
one,
up.
but anyway, yes,
like there's so many fucking cool storylines, and they just don't remember anything. And it's Robert Downey Jr. It's Dr. Doom is in charge of it all, and it could be the series of movies that lead in. I don't want shows. Let's get movies. Let's just fucking get this straight. A series of movies that lead into like them figuring out what is actually happening. That's what the comics are. They slowly figure out what the fuck's going on and then they reinvent the whole fucking universe.
Yeah, that doesn't really work in even a 2.5 to 3 hour film. You can't set all that up just to tear it down in 3 hours.
Especially with you've got Dr. Doom, you're not just using him for 2 movies. It ain't happening. You didn't spend that kind of money for 2 fucking movies.
Probably have a good point there. That is very reasonable. I don't know how much milk they expect to be able to squeeze out of this whole thing, or juice. Either way you're squeezing. But I do not have high hopes. And have I ever complained on this channel? Just kidding. I know I have about the versus format and how stupid and pointless Batman versus Superman is. Or the last time I ranted about this is when they announced the Batman versus Deadpool comic, where it's like, oh, I wonder how this will go. I bet these two, due to some totally avoidable misunderstanding, will wind up fighting each other for a short period of time, only to realize they're on the same side and team up to fight together against the big bad. Boring, dude. Who cares? We've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
If that's how you got to bring back the X-Men, I'd almost rather you didn't bring it back. I'd almost rather you let sleeping dogs lie and just say, hey, that X-Men run was hell of a run. We actually didn't appreciate it as much. This is just nostalgia. After the second X-Men, people started shitting on this endlessly. Like they like it now because it's 20 years ago. And just like other ages of cinema, we only remember the best movies from 1979 or 1984. So like, what a great year for film, completely discounting the 70 absolute stinkers that got released in that same year. And I feel like this is something very similar. People are like, oh man, the X-Men, so great. I'm like, yeah, so great. It almost killed the entire genre. Those X-Men. Yes. Absolutely.
I liked 1 and 2. 3 is a Travis is terrible. X-Men Origins, all of them are bad. The Wolverine one's bad. I guess it's only a Wolverine one's bad, but then the depiction of Deadpool and it's bad.
Well, then there's the other Wolverine movie that's also
There's the
bad,
second. Right? Well, the second Wolverine movie is decent, and then it gets super comic booky and really kind of weird at the end when they're like trying to suck like the blood or the adamantium out of him. So it's fucking weird. The first X-Men First Class is great. Days of Future Past is great. It gets bad at. There's the Phoenix. Every time they try to make the Phoenix story, Fox blew it. Because there's the Phoenix story. There is Oscar Isaacs is in one. Poe Dameron himself. What is
the Apocalypse?
Apocalypse. Yeah, it's fucking bad.
Yes.
The Wolverine with Patrick Stewart, that pretty much it's the Old Man Logan story, is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's a one-off. It's a one-off set by itself in a long, far future that is just there. Like it's just its own thing. So like, I agree with you. There's some good bits, but a lot of those movies are not good.
Yeah.
Remind everybody there was Spider-Man that started all this. The X-Men movies came out before Spider-Man, but it was Spider-Man that did this, that created this craze.
That's right. And it was X-Men that almost ruined it before it got started, which you could blame a lot of that, honestly, on the Wachowskis, because the Matrix had to come out and show everybody how cool black leather was.
Yep.
Oh, well, nobody's going to want these blue and yellow X-Men costumes. Let's put them on black leather. That's badass. Right. Oof. So maybe not all their fault. They were a victim of the times. But yes, to me, those old X-Men characters, with the exception for me, is it would be the ones that I would want to keep around for the long term. For the most part, most of those 20-year-old characters are they're no good for anything other than a cameo for me personally. I don't need to see it. I would agree with that. Oh, hey, that's great. Hey, thank you. You know, here are your flowers. Great job.
Give me James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender in the next round of X-Men movies. That's what I want. The rest of it, like, even like Hugh, it's probably time to recast Wolverine. Like, he's awesome in Deadpool versus Wolverine, but even he'd say, like, he was never coming back except for that movie.
I know a certain former Superman who has already done a great job in his limited time as the Wolverine. So let's go, Henry Cavill. Cast him. Let's get it done.
He got hurt recently on the set of something, I think. He posted about it. And he posted like he fucked up his foot. He rolled his ankle, or I didn't read too much into it, but it was also like, I think it was a tease for the Warhammer movies he's making. There was a bunch of shit in the background.
Oh,
because he's doing the Highlander reboot right now, right?
That's right.
He's got the Highlander, and then he's doing the Warhammer movie. He's one of us. He's one of us.
Yeah, he's a dude who grew up, and now he gets to do what he probably did as a kid, and just, you know, all his favorite action figures, he gets to be them in movies. Good for you, man. Living the dream.
Good for you. Good for you. Any final thoughts on this one, Kev, before we bounce out of here?
No, this is a continuingly evolving story, especially now that filming for Doomsday has wrapped. I'm sure it'll probably wrap again after the reshoots. Yeah. Call me when the reshoots are done. But we'll be on top of it. I'm sure we will talk about this movie a few more times before it comes out. So other than that, make sure those notifications are on so you don't miss any of our uploads. We're definitely going to have a little bit of extra spooky content for you this month. So it will likely not fit our regular schedule. So if you don't want to miss that cool stuff, make sure you're notified. Hit that little bell over there.
Like and subscribe, folks. Thank you guys for joining us for the bonus topic this week. Please like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And then check us out next Monday for our next topic. Till next time, folks.